The skeptical of all life evil had left Termite Island far behind it and had come ashore very close to the quiet town of Serenity. Serenity was a quiet little town, mainly known for being the world's greatest arms exporters. This in itself was not a contradiction, for as quiet and peaceful as Serenity was, somewhere in the world there was always someone who needed arms. And the quiet and peaceful inhabitants of Serenity were more than willing to supply others with instruments of death, including the solvent evil's armies, as long as the price was right. Now, however, that was going to be their downfall, as the all-destroying evil had no intention of allowing anyone to supply its enemies with weapons. And so it was that Serenity's fate was sealed.
But there's a huge army in Serenity that doesn't look the least bit serene. It's more likely to be a problem.
On the other hand, there were a number of armories near Serenity with siege engines on their lots. These would certainly be useful for making that huge army somewhat smaller.
Excellent idea! Go, you vicious dogs! Capture those armories, and then we'll go give the good people of Serenity a demonstration of their own products. Call it targeted advertising. Yeah? I want Tanos's head.
The people of Serenity were concerned. While as weapons dealers they were accustomed to negotiating with the most disgusting creatures, having the despicable evil's army right at their doorstep was still disconcerting. So they sent a troop out to discreetly persuade the new arrivals to move. Obviously they didn't count on the insidious killer machine the guileful evil had already built in its dungeons. It's payday.
Evil will triumph. That's one of those armories. Go, destroy that. Capture that thing. Yeah?
Hopefully no one has arachnophobia. A spider nest has been discovered.
Stay down! Death for... Help! Thanos must die! Everything good must die.
Enemies have entered the dungeon. Weapon-Freak Evil's army had taken the Western Armory and captured a catapult.
Ah, a catapult. Excellent. We can sow chaos and destruction. How does this thing work?
This was one of those newfangled point-and-click catapults, which could be fired fully automatically without a crew. Very handy indeed. Just press the appropriate button, select the target, designate it, and away you go. Serenity's army was almost indecently large. The leader on duty therefore decided to send a punitive expedition into the overworked Evil's dungeon. Naturally, they didn't have a chance down there. In addition, those cowards in Serenity also sent out a well-equipped patrol to cause trouble in the overworld, but only trouble for evil creatures, of course. It's payday. There are enemies in your dungeon. Catapult shot. Fly and win.
I am the evil.
The scouting around Evil's army had discovered an armory. The siege weapons there would be perfect for its arsenal.
Excellent! Let's take it! Forward the army of evil!
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Thanos must...
Catapult shot. Fly and win. The catapult shot landed on Serenity's defenders with a juicy smack. The greedy evil had taken an armory and gotten a siege weapon in its greedy clawed hand.
Excellent. He should field test it as soon as possible. Command me.
Catapult shot. Fly and win. The catapult shot landed on Serenity's defenders with a juicy smack. The necromantic evil had built a crypt. There, undead were able to resurrect any horde creatures who bit the dust. This would most likely lead to the troops our cannon fodder evil being even less careful with them. Well, the catapult shot landed on Serenity's defenders with a juicy smack. Catapult shot landed on Serenity's defenders with a juicy smack.
I'm the Queen of Evil.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
I'm the Queen of Evil.
The introspective evil simply tinkered away. Apparently, it had forgotten there was a huge army in Serenity, capable of turning the dungeon into a pile of ashes at any time. In order to prevent this, it would make sense to capture the armories and use the siege weapons located there.
What can I do for you? What?
The drooling for weapons evil's army had discovered one of the armories. It quickly decided to capture it straight away. A wonderful hit that was rewarded with moans and the sound of cracking bones. Excellent. The unstoppable Evil's army had taken the eastern armory and captured a catapult. The unstoppable Evil had now captured all 3 catapults. They would be perfect for blowing Serenity into handy fist-sized pieces of rubble. Let the games begin.
That's how it looks. Open fire. Give 'em hell. Take no prisoners.
Enemies have entered the dungeon. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's the death-dealing catapult shot. Ha 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 ha! Hit and sunk. This catapult shot is going to leave a lasting impression. The malicious Evil's army ran across a patrol from Serenity. Catapult shot. Fly and win. The catapult shot landed on Serenity's defenders with a juicy smack. Ha ha ha!
Good will fall.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's the death-dealing catapult shot. Ha 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 ha! Boom! The catapults had delivered their deadly cargo into the air. Hit and sunk. This catapult shot is going to leave a lasting impression.
Time to...
Payday! Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's the death-dealing catapult shot. Ha 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 ha! Boom! The catapults had delivered their deadly cargo into the air. Boom! The catapults had delivered their deadly cargo into the air. The catapult shot landed on Serenity's defenders with a juicy smack. Ha ha ha!
Good will fall.
Boom! The catapults had delivered their deadly cargo into the air. Serenity had increased its defensive force. More enemies, more honor, thought the unscrupulous evil, and continued to work on their destruction.
Right. There'll never be a better time to attack. Follow me, evil creatures! For me! I mean for the deviant evil! Cut them down, pillage and burn! Give them wedgies!
Serenity had been razed to the ground. The destructive evil's army had done a great job here. The hostile evil briefly mourned its former weapon cleaner, but then shrugged. Somewhere out there, it would find a new supplier. Talia instructed the army to march further north towards the coast. Why? Well, it didn't want to give that away just yet.
Exactly! Let's get going! Let's go!
What happened to your good side?
My good... Oh, no idea. Good question. But it's kind of refreshing when she keeps her gob shut, isn't it?
Well, I can't argue with you there. And so, the evil's army marched off once more. The hungry, hungry ogre. What was it with the perverted evil in those ships, anyway? Why did it always destroy them instead of saving them for another day? As may be, the legendary evil's army once again stood on the coast, wanting to set sail. But this time for the not-quite-so-free cities. But, as I said, it needed a ship to do so. Fortunately, the harbour town of Lotsawinter was not far off, and luckily there was an ally in the area.